So, welcome back to a daily transfer update, and today again Lacazette is being linked with a move to Barcelona. This is just going to drag on all summer. I've got a feeling this is going to go all the way through the summer or until he signs a new deal. Arsenal have reportedly offered him a new deal up to about £250,000 a week. Now, there's two ways to look at this. He could go to Barcelona and we could get the money, depending on what that is, depends on what newspaper or journalist you listen to or read, but anywhere between 75 and 90 million pound. Is that good business for Arsenal if we sell him? I don't know. I'd actually, listen, I don't want to sell Lacazette. I think he's our best player, if I'm being completely honest. I think his work rate, his determination, his will to win. He creates goals. He actually finished on the most assists in our team this season in the Premier League with 8. He scores goals. And like I said, his whole hunger and desire for the club and the way he plays the game. You know, if we had 11 players on the pitch all playing with the same enthusiasm and the same passion as him, we wouldn't have finished 5th. We might have been a little bit higher. But we haven't. So, you know, Barcelona obviously need to replace Luis Suarez. He's coming towards the end of his time. So they're going to be on the hunt for a striker. Let's not forget he was on his way to Atletico Madrid before they got a transfer ban, which meant that we could actually go and buy him. He's been absolutely fantastic since he's been at Arsenal. But 75 to 90 million pound, if we're going to invest it into what is required, i.e. centre-backs, wingers, whatever it may be, I see that as a decent deal. We bought him for 50 million quid. We could sell him for nearly double that. So, listen, I don't want to sell him, but if they're talking 90 million quid, rip their arms off for it. So yeah, that's what I would do. Let me know what you think. Like I said, this is going to go on all summer, this one, or until he signs a new deal. But he has actually come out and said as well, the link to Barcelona is flattering. So he hasn't quashed it. Yeah, obviously it is flattering. One of the biggest clubs, if not the biggest club in the world, linking themselves to you. But is this his agent coming out saying this because he wants a new contract? It could be that. You know, these agents do it all the time. They feed stuff out into the media saying, oh, we've had contact from Barcelona, this and that. So is that the case? Is it a case of Lacazette feels like he's worth more money at Arsenal when he looks at the dross that he's got around him and thinks, I want a pay rise? You know, he sees other players in the team that are earning the same, if not more, and he's doing more than them. So, I don't know. That, like I said, that's just going to run and run and run. But I don't want to sell him. But if it is true and they do offer 90 million quid, got to let him go. On to the next player, and that is Malcolm. Do you remember him? We were linked with him not too long ago. That one went on for a whole summer window, and he ended up going to Barcelona for £36 million. He has been out of favour at Barcelona since he's been there, hardly played any games. This season he's played 22 games, or taken part in 22 games, should I say. 4 goals, 2 assists. Now, he was ripping it up before he went there, hence why everyone was linked with him. I still think he's a fantastic player, and listen, he's still quite young. He's 22 years old. He's pretty much still a baby, isn't he, in footballing terms. They don't hit their peak until maybe, 25, 26 plus. So I think that we could do a lot worse on the right wing than going and signing Malcolm. Would he be any good in the Premier League? That remains to be seen. But, you know, Barcelona need to have an overhaul because, listen, if you take Lionel Messi out of that team, they are pretty average. And he can't do it all on his own. Now he's the wrong side of 30 as well. So, for me, I think Malcolm could be a bit of good business in the summer. You know, he went there for 36 million quid. He's been there for, a year or so now? Or is this his first season? It might be his first season. But yeah, he's been there for a season. He hasn't really done it. They want rid. You could get him for maybe 25 million quid. I don't think that would be too ridiculous. Go and put a 25, 30 million quid bid in for him. What have you got to lose? At the end of the day, we need a right winger. The only right winger we have isn't even a right winger, and that's Reiss Nelson. He's an attacking midfielder. So I would be open to the fact that Malcolm coming to Arsenal would improve us. I think that would happen. I think he can also play left wing. He can play as a second striker if need be. So, I don't know. Like I said, I think he done really well before he went to Barcelona. Barcelona's a massive football club and a lot of people crack under the pressure. Similar to Arsenal. Arsenal is a big football club and a lot of players just come and don't do it. You know, so it's the pressure of the league, it's the intensity of the league. Over in Spain, it's less intense in terms of pace of the game and how quick the game moves. But the fact that he's not in favour at all, really, is damning. So I believe that he'll be leaving in the summer. There'll be a host of clubs queuing up for him because I think a lot of people will look at him and think, right, if we get him for 25, 30 mil, give him a big contract, he hits the ground running and has one good season, automatically, we could make money on him, but his value shoots up. So, you know, for example, he has a good season with us next season, we buy him for 30 mil, all of a sudden clubs are coming in for 50, 60 mil. You've then got yourself a top draw footballer for 30 million quid when he's worth 60 that people are bidding. So, I don't know. Like I said, I think we could do a lot worse than going and signing Malcolm in the summer. The last player we're going to speak about this morning is Nabil Fekir. Another one. He's only is not only linked with us, he's linked with Liverpool, he's linked with Chelsea, he's linked with pretty much everyone. The reason he's linked with pretty much everyone is because he only has 1 year left on his contract. 2020 it expires. He's 25 years old. This season, 38 games, or taken part in 38 games, 12 goals, 7 assists. Not bad for a central attacking midfielder. 12 goals, that is where your central attacking midfielder needs to be. You know, it's all well and good getting the assists, but you have to chip in with goals from a midfield. And Arsenal's midfield just don't chip in with enough goals. Iwobi, Ozil, Mickey, they don't score enough goals. This guy would be a very, very good signing. It'd cost quite a lot of money though, I'd imagine, anywhere 50 million, 45, 50 million. But he's played for Lyon 192 times. He has scored 69 goals and 44 assists. That is spectacular for an attacking midfielder to have scored that many goals. The assists ain't a drama. Listen, you expect a creative attacking midfielder to get assists. But I also expect attacking midfielders to score goals. You know, every other attacking midfielder should be chipping in with goals. So, I don't know. I think he'd be a fantastic signing. I think he'd smash it up in the Premier League as well. I think that, you know, he's obviously a French international. He could walk into our team straight away. He can play as a false 9. He can play as a number 10. He can play as a central midfielder. Obviously, he's better going forward. But he's a good footballer. And I've seen him a lot when I've seen Lyon on TV. When I've watched their games, Champions League, etc., etc., they have qualified for the Champions League again. So that could be a sticking point. They obviously want to keep him. So they might play hardball and say, no. You ain't going nowhere. You've still got 1 year left on your contract and we'll chance it. And you never know, he might do a complete U-turn and sign a new contract. But we've seen that happen before with other players. We've also seen it where he'll sign a contract for another 1 year extension or 2 years just so they can get a bigger fee. So it'd be a mutual thing. You sign another 2 years, we'll sell you for X amount of pounds. And we've seen that happen. But for me, I'd take him. I think he's an absolute baller. But when you're competing with the likes of Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, everybody's going to be looking at this geezer in the summer because he has only got 1 year left. And when you've only got 1 year left, your head gets turned because you are going to get clubs coming in for you and basically you hold all the cards. So I'm sure his agent is putting his feelers out left, right and centre about Fekir. But there we go. Anyway, that's the roundup for today. Don't forget, tune in later on this evening as well. 9 o'clock, I will be dropping a video. It's going to be a little bit special as well. Something different. It's something that nobody's going to have done yet either because I am getting it out there before everybody. And I'll be doing it over a couple of videos as well. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. Don't forget, subscribe, like and share. Leave all your comments down there. Have a happy Monday. I will see you all later. Laters, peeps.